Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment. I am your host, MeleeWizard, and the other piece of business that I had found out was...
I'm gone.
over here back in my room.
Done.
Let's see, which one was it? Ah, yes, the dodecahedron. Apparently, this is a thing. This heavy dodecahedron, about the size of both your fists balled together, seems inexplicably familiar to you. Its texture is cold and smooth, but whether it's metal or stone, you cannot tell. A certain almost intangible tension runs over the object, as if it were ready to spring into the air at any moment. Upon closer examination, you realize that each side of the dodecahedron is a plate that can be twisted clockwise or counterclockwise. It appears to be a puzzle box or combination lock. As each of the pentagonal plates has 5 possible positions, the dodecahedron has no less than 244,140,625 settings. It would take every second of the next 77 odd years to hit all the combinations, but then you might just get lucky and stumble onto a solution in minutes. As you methodically twist the cold gray facets of the dodecahedron, a strange sensation forms at the base of your skull. Your hands seem to move of their own accord, turning the object and spinning its facets with mechanical precision. You've done this before. You knew the combinations once, and you also become aware that there's a certain danger within the object, whether it's from simple traps or something less mundane, though you cannot recall. In moments, you have what might be the first 4 sides locked into their proper places. As you begin to twist the 5th side of the dodecahedron, you recall a cunning blade trap that would snap out to lash at a meddler's hands, slashing their wrists and severing fingers. You avoid the trap with the proper number of rotations, certain that you've made progress in the unraveling of the object's secret. From what I read regarding this thing, apparently you have to have a certain intelligence score. I wasn't sure if I did. Apparently you would have taken like 25 damage or some such if you didn't have the proper intelligence. After avoiding the dodecahedron spinning blades, you slowly puzzle out the next series of facet positions. As you start to turn the 9th side of the dodecahedron, jets of toxic gas spurt a billowing cloud of corrosive vapor into your face. Or maybe I didn't have all the intelligence needs. Maybe I didn't have enough. Half blind, dizzy, and vomiting painfully, you, a bit too late, remember how to avoid that trap as well. You circumvent the dodecahedron's poisonous gas trap and begin your work on the final facet positions. Just as you're locking the 12th pentagon into place, sorcerous runes hidden within the dodecahedron unleash a tiny storm of magical lightning. Arcs of crackling blue light run up your arms, leaving smoking trails of black, ruined flesh in their wake. After allowing your muscles to cease their spasms and picking yourself back up, you recall how to avoid that trap. After making a final adjustment into the 12th facet, the dodecahedron clicks and begins to open in your hands. The dodecahedron splits once, twice, and eventually unfolds itself impossibly into a perfectly rectangular tablet the size of a large book. Etched into its surface are a series of bizarre symbols. It looks to be a code or language that you feel should be familiar to you, but it's not. Further examination of the tablet reveals that by twisting the pentagonal facets that are now upon the underside of the tablet, different pages may be displayed across the tablet's face. You finally realize that the dodecahedron is a tome or journal of some sort.
Updated my journal.
Okay, yeah, I didn't.
Faith lend me strength.
Thank you.
May your faith lend me strength.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, then. Was there... Oh yeah, this is stuff that I had put into storage, wasn't it? Right. Well, since we're... What do you mean I must obtain permission? This is my friggin' room. All right then.
I'm gone.
So we need to learn about languages. Thankfully, there's somebody who can help us with that. But I think I should go visit the advocate first, while I still have vague remembrances of what to ask him about. Let's see. The advocate is down there. There we go.
I'm gone.
Greetings, Giannis. He thinks for a moment. I must find a way. Perhaps they would make an exception of her father. She left a legacy number for me. It seems you spoke true. My daughter was known to you then. Hold a moment, I'll see what was left to you.
Updated my journal.
Oh, geez. All the articles are accounted for. See, I thought it would have been prompts for how I would have to remember the 6th, the 3rd, and whatever else it was. Giannis is holding 3 scrolls in his hands. I had no idea she had established a legacy here. Here you are. If I may I read them, sir? You know what? Sure. Giannis takes the scroll and studies it. There is a long silence, then he slowly looks up at you. You meant very much to my daughter. She was willing to give up her life for you.
Updated my journal.
Giannis hands the scroll back to you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your kindness. Okay, so what is this? Daenara's Legacy, Healing Scroll, Daenara's Ring. This ivory ring was part of Daenara's legacy. It radiates a slight glow, and through it is cold to the touch. Hmm. My love, if you are reading this, then the tragedy I have seen has come to pass. I have died, and you have remained to suffer the loss. Know this, my love. I know why you were forced to shield your feelings from me. You sought to protect me from the terrible burden you carry with you. The distance you kept between us was your way of protecting me, and the brief moments when we were alone and you let your feelings be known. That was when I knew you cared for me. Carry no regrets with you, carry no guilt, for I came with you on your haunted journey of my own accord, and no matter how death came for me, I know that you did everything in your power to save me. Our lives are intertwined, my love, and death shall not be a wall between us. For my sight has seen what is to come, only in staccato segments, but it is enough for me to know that we will be separated for a time, but we shall be reconciled again. Thus, do not see my death as a farewell, but only as an interval before we meet again. Carry my ring with you, and these other pieces of me, and think of me. Keep me in your mind and heart, and that will be the beacon that brings us together. The scroll is neatly rolled up. nice. Very nice. I thought there wasn't there 4 items that I got? Where's that dialogue screen? Ah. Okay, there was 4 items that I got. What was the 4th one then? I assume... Well, it's at least as good as the Twisted Ring since my AC didn't change.
Updated my journal.
You know, she was young. She had recently joined the Society of Sensation, the Sensates. Not an unpleasant faction, but she had also met someone there. She followed him on her journey, and there she died. Her butt.
Updated my journal.
She had joined them because of her gift, and the fact there was so much about the multiverse that she wanted to experience. The Sensates lend themselves readily to the sharing of experiences and sensation.
Updated my journal.
Oh yes, my daughter had the blood of an oracle running through her veins, but it was an unreliable talent. At times, she could predict events before they took place. She had sight. She could see through time itself, sift through the threads of fate. Okay.
Done.
So, I'll have to check the video to make sure if I already had this key. Or not. Oh well. Let's see which... Yep, here it is. I have business for you, sir. I would have you know that I'm a scholar and a linguist, sir, etc., etc. He takes the unfolded dodecahedron in his hands and examines it closely. This language is a long-dead one, known to virtually no one. I believe my father, a linguist like myself, knew this language, and may well have been the only man in Sigil at the time that could understand it. I recognize it from his notes, but I cannot translate it. They'll be of no use to you if you're looking to translate anything, and the few actual books he had pertaining to that language disappeared around the time of his murder, I believe. Strangled he was. He had left to tutor someone. He taught various languages to supplement his research income, and was discovered dead in a side chamber of the Civic Fest Hall. The killer was never found. This was perhaps 50 years ago now. I was but a child. Surely he did, and could, were he alive today. My father was said to be a great teacher. I've had his skill with language, but not his patience for others, sadly.
Updated my journal.
Why, no. His ashes are kept here. He points to a bronze urn sitting atop a cabinet beside a bouquet of purple flowers. Why? A neuroscope, are you? Speak with the dead? I have no wish to speak of these things any longer. You'll... Okay. I'm not certain where they are just now. I'm looking for something else at the moment. My research journal. Perhaps when I've recovered it, I could spare the time to find those notes for you.
Updated my journal.
Like this one? Finam's eyebrows arch. Why, yes it is. I've had this for a while. You wouldn't let me give it to you. He takes it from you and begins to rummage through his pockets. Here you are, then. My father's notes. Square, then, are we? Good. I'll have to look over my notes now, so you just excuse me.
Experience has increased my skills.
Ha 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 ha. Specialization bonus? Okay. Alright, so what did I just get here? Finn and Lai's notes. These are the notes of the deceased linguist Finn and Lai. They are composed of his research into the language of the Uyo. They are composed of his research into the language of the Uyo, which seems remarkably similar to the writing you found hidden in the dodecahedron puzzle box.
Updated my journal.
As you read over Finn and Lai's notes regarding the lost language of the Uyo, there is a throbbing sensation in your temples as a memory begins to surface. Memories of this language. You recall letters, words, phrases, until, like a spire wind blowing away the blanket of poisonous fog over the great foundry, the language is once more revealed to you in its entirety. You should be able to read the writing in the dodecahedron now. The great foundry? Where the heck is that? That's... sounds like it has forges in it. Sounds relevant to my interests regarding Revel. Let's see.
Updated my journal.
The tablet turns out to be a journal of sorts, one kept by some prior incarnation of yourself, it would seem. And not an altogether sane one either. There are only a handful of completely coherent sections. What do you wish to read about? Oh boy. I went to the fest hall looking for the path of my false self in its halls. So glaring was it that those I did not know, the false ones, welcomed me into their confidence, treated me as a friend, showed me my room, attended to my needs. I had to restrain myself from launching out against them. That would have been premature. First, I needed to protect my identity. I found one who knew the exclusive language of the Uyo, learned it as I could, then killed him. Then I went to the sensorium and prepared to end the matter. Soon. Was this the one that laid the trap for me that we saw last time? Whispering shadows. The whispers are not the shadows moving. They are speaking, plotting, talking to each other. I can understand some of what they say. The book tells me things, whispers things. It tells me to avoid the ghost girl, avoid her. I do not know her, and she torments me. I think I had that. I think I did that already. I think that was where I got that ring from. Paranoid ranting. I have learned that my life is not my own. I will not allow you to have my life. You will have to pull my life from my broken body if you want it. It's you who will die. If I cannot have it, neither will you. You are responsible for this treason of flesh. You will not live to live my life. The accursed tattoos will not leave my skin. I have tried to burn them off my skin. Failed. I try and cloak myself, but I always feel that people are reading my flesh, reading me like a book. Whenever they look at me, I want to tear their eyes out, pluck them from their sockets, and crush them beneath my heel. Yeah, this is definitely the one that laid the trap for me. Why can't I dream? I used the goblet of Samir to force a waking dream. I saw a hag. She tempted me, threatened me with shadows. I have never seen her, but she came when I dreamt. I must not dream again. I must always be aware. I destroyed the goblet. She says she is someone of power and that she will have me, will find me. Get away, hag! Stay far from me! Leave me in peace! I want nothing to do with you. Her voice reeked of evil's talons, talons like spiders. They burrowed into my grey matter, and I needed her out of my mind. Out! Out, hag! She was a myth, a fairy tale who alone challenged the Lady of Pain. How can one fight someone who is a myth? I don't have the weapons. I need weapons that will kill her when she wherever should she find me. I need a strategy so she cannot defeat me when she comes for me. I must devise and think. I shall beat her. Fear names. Names have power and identity. Names can be used as weapons by others. They are a hook that can be used to track you and find you, hunt you across the plains. Remain nameless, and you shall be safe. Murder. There is nothing he can do. Memories are gone, he says, never to return. He says lies and tells me this is what he told me. Lies. He says my mind is weakening from every death. Lies. He sat there, betraying my confidence with every turn. He says that only after 3 more deaths, 3 more lives will I gain the benefit of keeping my memories, but that I myself, I will die when I die. Die! How can one be immortal and still die? He could not answer, but he was of no use. I butchered him so that no other incarnation will ever benefit from his uselessness. A cryptic answer from an unknown source. So the ghastly head said, "You have been divided. You are one of many men. You bear many names. Each has left their scars on your flesh. Lost one, immortal one, incarnation's end, man of 1,000 deaths, the one doomed to life, restless one, one of many, the one whom life holds prisoner, the bringer of shadows, the wounded one, misery bringer, and Yemeth. You are silvered glass that has cracked and the pieces scattered across history. Only one piece is of import. Regain that and your life will be yours again. There will be a price. This price will buy you a chance. Without the chance, you are doomed. You have lost that which is never meant to be separated from man. Your mortality has been stripped from you. Lost. It exists, but you must find it before your mind is lost to you as well. Something about a legacy? A legacy that the note read. Forget not to collect your legacy, and a small code scratched inside it. 51AA. A trap, no doubt, set by another of my false selves. I'll see it destroyed, I will. Okay, then.
Done.
You know what? I'll take the frickin' handkerchief.
Done.
Just so I can get that bit of blood from, Kasai Saris. Just so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Done.
Now I just have to find her again. There you are.
Updated my journal.
40,000, wow. Kasai takes the handkerchief and gingerly pricks the tip of her finger on one of her fangs. After letting several drops of blood soak into the cloth, she returns it to you. You're placing yourself in grave danger, you know. Even if the stories of my mother are greatly exaggerated, she's probably horribly powerful and completely evil. Good luck.
Looks like my skills have increased.
How close am I? Oh, I've still got a ways to go. But she's almost leveling up. Assuming she's actually gaining levels in Fighter. Right. Right. I didn't realize that would actually show up on as a quest. I know it's just the person to ask. Aha. Would we allow such a thing?
Updated my journal.
Spencer nods, thinks for a moment, then nods again. Yes, we shall allow this Ionis to enter the private sensorium. Well escorted, of course. You may tell him he has permission. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yes, I thank you, good sir. Thank you. I am in your debt.
Updated my journal.
Haha. Cool. Levels for everyone except for me. Although now...
I'm gone.
Now I wonder, cause I don't know where the foundry is. It seems to be a place that I hadn't been to before. I don't know. I don't know. I'm tempted to use this to identify this ring because it seems pretty good. At the very least, it gives 1 AC, and it might do something else too. I'll have to see if I have a means of identifying it without using that charm. I'll probably likely have to pay for it, but you know, such is life. So I guess at a loss of where else to go at this point, I guess join me next time when I might do a bit more digging and figure out where the foundry is, perhaps, and see if it's someplace I even have access to right now. So until then, this is MeleeWizard, and have a nice day.